Okay, welcome back to the League of Legends live in-your-face tournament, OverKlocked Gaming. Epic Games today. What you're seeing up here right now is the brackets. We're looking at the semifinal game between Joey and CTX. Joey just lost a pretty epic game to OKJG, last game being epic. Winner of this faces OKG in the finals.
I don't know.
And now, put it back where it was. Sorry, just pull it back up. That's good. Thank you. Sorry, my fault on that. Now we're into the bands. The bands are down. Champion Select. Joining me, casting us. Playing in the last game is Bad Touch. OKG Bad Touch. Great game. Tell us about the bands. Let's leap deep in there so we can get caught up.
Okay, so basically I can tell CTX right now is banning according to the last game. And a fear of the other characters, right? So basically they saw how strong the Amumu was last game, so they don't want it here anymore. And the Kog'Maw was also just shredding people, so they definitely don't want to see the Kog'Maw against them, especially with Nudier jungle. Super tanky.
Now, bans on the other side.
They saw the Shyvana come out from CTX Iron once already.
That was...
And they saw the Rumble come out from Herb Derpster as well in the same game. So I guess they're trying to avoid the stronger characters.
And we're into now our picks here. In case you're just joining us, you may seem that we're a little behind. We're doing this deliberately. There's a 3-minute delay once the champion selection is over before the spectators actually see the game to prevent screen hacking. It's a great job that Riot's done here. Let's go directly into the champion picks. OKGBT.
Okay, so basically we see a Twisted Fate with Flash Ignite. Now this leads me to believe that he's going to be playing AP Twisted Fate due to the Ignites.
Also, little hug action going in here, little bromance going on.
And we also see the Warwick coming up on Joey's side. Now actually we spec them, and they actually play a lot of Warwick and Fiddlesticks on one character. And this is one of the first games we've actually going to be able to see this Warwick.
Excellent. If you want to see these teams play live, come on, and you live in the Edmonton area, come on in Thursday nights. It's League of Legends night at OverKlocked Gaming, 11618 119th Street, near the City Center Airport. It's a $10 all-night play. Play together, learn from other people. It's a great time.
CTX Rain coming in with the Fiddlesticks again.
No!
We've seen Fiddlesticks today already, and it was a great game.
It could be an exciting match. Play style showing that. Now, hasn't locked in yet. Oh, we got another choice up there.
Trundle. Ooh.
I hate Trundle.
Trundle's so good, though.
I hate the Trundle.
But I love Trundle. What's wrong with a little trolling?
A little... Lead with your strengths as you do, trolling with Trundle. Live and direct here at OverKlocked Gaming.
So actually, I think what they're going for here is a turnaround for any attack damage. Because the way Trundle works is his main ability, which is called Rabid Bite, actually drains attack from the target that gets hit, right? So now we're going to see how Evil Deed reacts to this.
Interesting. What do you think? Quickly, before they choose, read their minds. What are they going to pick?
Singed. I think Singed is a very high possibility.
You know
at
what?
This point.
Singed has been banned a lot today.
And actually, they're going for a Vigar.
Oh, well.
We've actually seen the Vigar before. Same character, Evil Deeds. Evil Deeds has played Vigar against us in Game 1, actually.
So, not banning someone that they're good on. It'll be very interesting to see what happens.
A big part of their Vigar game was the Amumu, though. They used the Amumu ultimate to get Vigar's hits in completely, right?
Yes, that's true.
So I'm interested to see how they're going to plan around it.
It'll be very, very interesting. Pretty soon we're going to come up to the 3-minute delay. We're going to bring you up with the details, with all the information that you need to know at OverKlocked Gaming, with what's going on. Anything particular here that you see? Are they going to make any last-second changes to Masteries, or do you think they're pretty locked in? I
honestly think that Joey should make some changes right now. They're lacking an exhaust right now, and they really need that to play a successful game, especially with something with two physical damage champions.
Interesting. So the Ignite's not enough?
The Ignite is very strong, and it can get you kills, but later on in the game, what you really have to do is focus out the one person who's doing the most damage, and the easiest way to do that is with exhaust.
Well, that's an excellent point, and I'm glad you're here with me, because I am a total wombat. You are OKG Bad Touch. This is OverKlocked Gaming 3v3 live tournament. We're going into the 3-minute wait period for the spectators. Again, as I've mentioned before, Riot just put this into the last patch. If you haven't played League of Legends, you should really try it out. Whether, regardless of what game you sort of play or do or whatever, League of Legends is a lot of fun. I know StarCraft guys that have been playing it that enjoy a lot, people that play Call of Duty, people that play Capcom. All of those games you can play at OverKlocked Gaming throughout the week. Xbox, PS3, PC games, even Skyrim outbrand right now. I would be totally remiss if I did not give a big shout out and thanks to Josh from Prodigy. putting the technical details together, making the graphics work, making the stream to work, pitching in and help, even though he knows nothing about the game. He's just a fan of esports. You can catch him Monday to Wednesdays at www.esvtv.com on the Korean Weekly and at esv.tv/TwitchTV. More importantly, come down, see him, talk to him. You like his work, give him a thanks, buy him a bottle of water, help him cast at the StarCraft 2 Edmonton Open 64-man tournament, $1,500 prize pool, November 26th and 27th at OverKlocked Gaming, 11618 119th Street. If you want to come down today and play, MLG's up all this weekend, today, tomorrow, watching all the championship rounds going on. Tune into the Facebook for OverKlocked at, facebook.com/OverKlocked, and you can also catch them on their website. The tournament next weekend is sponsored by a new league in Canada, put together by one of our own here, the Canadian Amateur StarCraft League, helping put up the prize money along with OverKlocked Gaming. Even if you don't think you can win, come down and watch. It is amazing to see these top-tier Grandmasters play, just like we're going to see in this game of League of Legends 3v3. A minute 20 left in here. Anything specific you want to bring out here that you haven't touched on yet, Bad Touch?
I'm actually kind of interested to see the Trundle in a 3v3 environment. I actually haven't seen that very often, and I'm expecting it to be a top lane.
Top lane?
Top lane Trundle.
Who do you think is going to go bottom?
It's going to be, of course, Fiddlesticks, but that can be switched out at any point. It's basically whoever they feel is better at 1v2ing, because, of course, these two guys don't have a dedicated jungler.
Yes.
So they're not going to have the 1v1 system such as these guys. This is going to give them a high level advantage at the end of the game. But I'm kind of interested to see who they're going to put versus the two Trundle or Fiddlesticks.
Who do you think they
Fiddlesticks. Fiddlesticks should be 1 versus 2. Anything with range, of course.
What about the builds that are going on? Anything specific that they're going to do?
I think we're going to see a standard Fiddlesticks build. I'm not quite sure what they're going to do with Trundle, and probably another standard tanky DPS with the Udyr. As for Joey, I'm technically thinking that we're going to see an AP Twisted Fate, regular sort of AD kind of tanky Warwick, and a regular burst AP Veigar.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. And you know what? With the caliber of the play we've seen not the core mechanics being at mistake here. Game starting now. But positioning in team fights. Game starting. Little black screen right now. Watching what's going on. As you can see as we load here, the lag, not an issue here. Loading time, not an issue. Top flight computers. Everything HD. All the time. It is such a joy to come here, play with others in your various games. And we're up and into the game. You think we're going to get an early gank?
Well, it looks like they're going to be setting up in the jungle. We got CTX Rain here spamming his dance, twitching out in bottom lane.
You know, if he could dance that well in real life, everybody would be a lot happier. But when he dances in real life, it's not that pretty.
It looks like we're heading through the jungle here. Pretty standard build for all of them. We got a standard Fiddlesticks open. Looks like we got these guys. They're just camping their turret. Looks like they're not going to be getting too aggressive this game. Maybe even worried that they're waiting in the jungle as they are.
Saving their energy, I suspect.
More or less, yes.
You know, because you got to conserve strength. These are long games, or they can be over short. It depends on strategy, tactics, placement, builds, all of the things that make League of Legends a great game to play.
This is peculiar, actually. With a team like this, I guess it might be a little bit scary to go up against them 1v1. It's like or 3v3 early in the jungles. But as for CTX here, we see a pretty standard kind of invadey opening.
Game's about to start. Minions are coming out soon.
There's the minions.
If you're out and about today, I do want to give a shout out to the Pure Spec people who are at the Edmonton convention at Grant MacEwan University downtown. I've been there. It is a blast. If you're looking for something doing, you're not going to be here. Take it out and check it out. Great stuff. All of your pure speculation stuff, comics, people in costume, the whole bit.
We got the minions in the lane now. CTX is lying in wait. I don't think they're going to check it, though. If they pass this line, it looks like they're going to be in a bit of danger.
All three are waiting.
They're very wary. We got Veigar heading up top, and here comes something. That might have been a little bit early, though. Looks like they're not going to get too far. No.
Flashed.
There goes the flash for Twisted Fate. And as I thought, we will be seeing an AP Twisted Fate game.
Very interesting strategic play. but they lost a couple little bits of early bit. Not enough. Now they'll go into standard thing. They're going to jungle their way back up in their lane respectively. CTX helping out, banging along here.
There's the jungler getting his red buff as per usual.
You know, the one thing I am afraid of is that as tournaments go along, sometimes teams outthink themselves and they stray away from their core strategies. And I'm wondering if we're going to see that in this game, or whether both of these teams will stay true to the style and play that have got them this far into the game, which is solid teamwork and careful build selection.
Absolutely. By the looks of it, CTX Iron is going to be staying in lane with Rain again for a while, just like we saw in the last CTX game, just so we can kind of get him a little bit of ahead.
Help him get out there early game, not that good.
Absolutely. Here comes a stun from Twisted Fate. That might have been a bit too brash, though. That dot from Udyr, that's it. First blood. So
First
early.
blood.
CTX Rain finishes it up with a physical attack. You have to watch out for Udyr's Tiger Stance. It's got a small dot on it, so...
Just enough to finish him off.
Herp Derpster looks like he's having a little bit of trouble with the Vigar up top. Vigar ahead in farm, just by a little.
Do you think maybe there's some nerves coming into play here, because the winner here goes into the final against OKG?
There might be a little bit of nerves. I think CTX, if any, should be a little bit more excited than anything. Thank you. Okay, getting back into it. We got bottom here. Looks like Iron still helping Fiddlesticks out.
Up top, Herp Derpster is trying to keep Evil Deeds out of getting any experience or farm, but careful placement will help him overcome that. Taking the shots back and forth.
He knows himself right now that if this Vigar gets his Baleful Strike farm, then it's going to do a lot of damage late game, especially the ability power that's coming up.
The push is going on. We saw Herp Derpster tends to be an aggressive laner, likes to keep the play right near that first turret, tries to keep this opponent off there, likes going 1v1, which we've got in this setup as well.
Looks like we've got Warwick dipping into the jungle. This is actually different. I haven't seen them do this for a while here, but it's actually kind of interesting to see. It means that they're evolving and learning while the tournament commences, right?
And I think that's true of anything, especially in League of Legends. When you normally play 5v5, going to 3v3 is a very much different game. I can't emphasize that enough. It is a lot of the players here who play hundreds and hundreds of games a week have had a hard time adjusting to it. Herp Derpster still pushing where he likes to be, near that turret.
And as we see, the farm advantage that Vigar had at the start is pretty much abolished. Herp Derpster catching up almost instantly.
But there still is a slight advantage, a 1k advantage now for CTX.
Yeah, that kill definitely will put you ahead. And plus the Udyr jungle is very strong. Yeah. Looks like we've got Warwick back in bottom lane against the Fiddlesticks down here. Rain looks pretty comfortable though.
Early game, they're settling their nerves out, they're getting to play, they're finding out what's going on, they have to be careful. Losing the first game we have seen is not good in this tournament. The advantage is very strong in the best of 3 in the League of Legends 3v3 tournament.
Oh, there's a stun, cutting the drain short on Rain.
Pushing Rain back to the tower.
Looks like CTX might be a little bit too aggressive.
They'll have to adjust if they're going to contain a win in the early game.
Udyr being offensive going into the enemy sides of the jungle, regardless of them not having one. Looks like we got more items on the enemy side. We got some boots going on Twist of Fate. Getting that mobility early is very strong.
We got our first ultimates coming up online here.
Yep.
Once you get level 6 in League of Legends, you get your ultimate.
This could be a very strong game for CTX, being as if anybody on their team builds any sort of tanky at all, then Trundle will be able to steal that from them.
Well, Trundle, as I mentioned before, I hate him, so we'll go from there.
I think you've got issues with trolls.
This is true. I know. Isn't everybody? Herp Derpster heading back out again. No, Herp Derpster's going to come bottom. I'm not sure why they would make this tactical change.
I think the range might be a little bit too much for Trundle to deal with.
Herp Derpster, though, it was playing well, was winning in that lane. I don't, I'm a believer if it's not broke, don't fix it. We'll see if this pays off. Going to try and sneak around, do a little surprise action, grab the red buff, come down.
There's the red buff.
Kill.
Will they be granting it to Herp Derpster, or will Iron take it?
And
looks like it's Irons.
Iron's got it, and they're going to go top, it looks like.
They might be going for an early dragon. Nope, doesn't look like it. Not today.
That looks like they're going to do a little camp action and try and get somebody out of position. CTX Iron in there.
Are they going towards Dragon
going
here?
in. Now they're heading in towards Dragon.
There's the ping coming out from Herpderpster.
Dragon is up. They're moving in.
From
Joey, he should be reacting to this to block an early Dragon. Their counter is going to be to push a tower.
Unfortunately, Twisted Fate does not have his ultimate up right now.
Dragon is down. That's an advantage, almost up to a 2K advantage right now. CTX needs to take advantage of this. But we need to remember, Team Joey can come back from being down. They are very good at it. They are determined, and they are very competent players in the whole process.
We've got Vigo with his Sorcerer Boots already. Some action going on up top. Herpderpster chasing down the Twisted Fate.
And will it be a Twist of Fate, or will
Twisted Fate is going to take that yellow card and stun him right outside the turret. But it looks like he might have stood around too long. That was a very unfortunate play by Twisted Fate.
Oh, Herpderpster owning up.
Twisted Fate took the time to turn around and use a wild card on the Trundle, when after he stunned him, he definitely should have gotten out of there.
Sometimes you shouldn't play the cards that you're dealt. You should just run away.
You're punny today, aren't we?
I'm very punishing, because I am the total wombat. You are HKG bad touched. I will buy a voice sometimes before the next weekend. But next weekend you won't have to listen to me. You'll get to listen to Josh from Prodigy commentating on the 64-man tournament here, live and direct at OverKlocked Gaming. Pushing the tower. Iron is picking up where Herpderpster left off and going after the tower. I think maybe it's a general strategy for CTX to push top tower. You do that, you get advantage on Dragon. They have to defend it.
Here comes a turret dive on Vigo. However, they both get stuck in the stun. That Event Horizon is such a great CC.
Very nice.
Doesn't look like Herpderpster's going to get any more damage on Vigar today.
Lots of excitement in behind us from other games going on. It's a great time to be at OverKlocked Gaming. But this game takes us to the finals against OKG. You'll be playing.
Here comes the Twisted Fate ultimate. That's it. They're all coming in. That was a flash over the wall plus a Warwick ult. Here's Twisted Fate having ulted around. There goes Iron. That is 3-on-1 here for Herpderpster. Herpderpster's got his ult out on Warwick, but that does not matter.
Evil Deeds taking down the Herpderpster top lane, evening out the score.
Very, very well coordinated fight.
I take it from your voice, you're really impressed by how Twisted Fate played the cards that he was dealt in an effective fashion.
Absolutely, and the Warwick flashing over the wall and ulting straight onto the CTX Iron was amazing.
You know, I have to tell you, that is one of my favorite moves in League of Legends, the ability to flash over walls, when to do it, when to follow along, when to know that happens.
There's a ward coming down in mid right now, some extra vision. CTX has a ward up by Dragon right now.
This is good. One of the things that Team Joey didn't do in their last game, in their last match, was find a way to have good map awareness, which hurt them both early game and in the very late game. Mid-game, they were able to turtle up and hold things on.
It looks like we've got a pretty even gold spread around CTX right now. Joey, however, catching up.
The minions are looking good. CTX
Absolutely.
Rain now jumping down the bottom. Do you think that it's going to be a problem for Team Joey that they don't have a dedicated jungler?
It can be a very big problem just because dedicated jungles do have Smite, and Smite can give you Dragon Control, and Dragon Control is pretty much everything. And as we see here, Twisted Fate is keeping his distance. However, they do have that ward there, so they know Fiddlesticks is in middle and just dropped his own.
Looks like there might be a little action up top. Herpderpster.
Very apparent that Vigar knows they have a ward, however. Ping's coming out from Team Purple to show them that they're there.
Yeah. Very intelligent players playing today, aware of all the skills and abilities.
Vigar gets ulted and ignited instantly. Twisted Fate coming up and Warwick coming out from behind. Here comes the Fail Storm from Fiddlesticks.
Evil Deeds on a kill.
Here comes the drain. Here comes the drain. He gets stunned before he can do anything. Here comes Udyr. Udyr, what's he going to do? Well, not too much is going to go on. CTX Rain takes him out. However, the turret is going to take out Rain right now.
No. Rain lost.
Oh, not Rain, excuse me, Iron.
They got the gold for it. The turret didn't get it. They pulled the win.
They're chasing down the Fiddle.
Epic.
There's a flash. Oh, and we have a Twisted Fate ult coming out. It's going to teleport right next to the turret. However, there's going to be enough damage. No, he gets exhausted at the turret. This is another kill for Fiddlesticks. That was beautiful play. Beautiful play by Fiddlesticks. CTX Rain.
Barely alive, getting out of trouble and getting the kill. I mean, right now we're looking at an MVP quality play right now from CTX Rain. 5-4, a little bit of a gold advantage here. Both teams, though, playing excellent in terms of trapping their opponent when they make a mistake. I mean, it's just a pleasure to watch games like this with people of such skill level.
Once again, we see here the wards have planted in mid, but I don't think Vigar is going to try to contest that from Herb Derpster whatsoever. We got a Wriggles on Herb Derpster. That's 1 Wriggles per team right now, 1 on Warwick for Joey and 1 on Herb Derpster for CTX.
So, like, pretend you're talking to a total wombat, and what does the Wriggles do?
Wriggles Lantern is basically a jungling item. It has a 30% chance proc to do 500 extra damage to a minion. Therefore, for jungling, it's the best item. And look at this, we've got Iron going to the dragon right now.
Solo dragon?
Yeah, no idea. Here they come around. They might suspect it. Vigar is bottom, little does they know.
Herb Derpster helping out.
Here comes the 2v2. Will they secure the dragon? Dragon goes to CTX right here. It looks like
now they
Twisted
gotta
Fate's
get out
going
of
down. Twisted Fate is going to go down. Throws out a stun.
Down.
And there's no way Warwick's going to get out of here alive. Vigar very late to the party.
Oh, 30 seconds for CTX to take an advantage.
Here we are. Are they going to go onto the turret for him? Oh,
They
there's the
are.
stun on Herb Derpster. Are they going to continue? Another stun there on CTX Rain. And they're continuing. There's the ghost from Vigar. Throws out a Pillar of Filth, and this is going to be a little bit of damage. Does he walk through the... Oh, this might be bad for Herb Derpster. He's taken down by the minions.
No, Evil Deeds got it for the extra cash.
The minions finished him off there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm bad again.
But Vigar, actually, very smooth play there. I'm not quite sure what Herb Derpster was thinking.
Too aggressive, I think, trying to, think he has the advantage too much. He had a huge thing. He'd pushed them off the creep, pushed them off the minion experience, should have stayed back.
That's a really good item to have on an AP Twisted Fate right now. We got a Sheen showing up there. And basically what a Sheen is after every ability, you get to do bonus damage on your next physical attack equal to your base attack damage. Very, very big advantage right now.
Swapping out here on Team Joey, getting positions, back to minion farming. After all that excitement, people realize they got to build some items, get some stuff going on. Iron in the jungle, doing what he does, doing his thing. I'm a jungling. I'm a shuffling.
And Vigar's continuing to farm there. We got Warwick in the jungle down bottom, but Trundle might come across him. He knows, though, the ward.
It's warded there, so they can see what's going on there.
Oh, but looks like the Twisted Fate's ulted. He's feared right now. Is he going to be able to teleport out?
No, trying.
He gets out in time and teleports back to his turret out of safety. Or, excuse me, into safety.
Into safety, just barely, but he's not earning experience. He's not earning...
Trundle walking into a trap right here.
And escaping?
Oh no, here comes 2 stuns. I don't think he's going to make it out of this one.
Herb Derpster.
And CTX Rain comes in with the fail storm and unfortunately nowhere near his enemies.
Sad. 7-6 now. Team Joey balancing things out, slight goal differential. Creep's looking pretty even to me, but I'm not the expert. What do you think, Touch?
Everything's going pretty well right now actually, and in terms of teams and their power, we're doing fairly decently right now. They have a completely different team set that basically, while CTX has 2 people to get in their face while the Fiddlesticks kind of street sweeps, the other team is all about focusing down one target.
Contrasting styles with teams that generally can play similarly. It'll be interesting to see who can actually their game plan better. Twisted Fate's up again on the bottom. CTX Rain doing his thing. Twisted Fate dealing the cards.
Looks like Warwick's coming around for a gank. Unfortunately, the CTX ward is going to pick him out. Herb Derpster's going to meet him part way. This might actually be done for Warwick unless he can flash away. Oh no, they turn back around on Rain. Vigar and Udyr coming into the fight, and down goes Warwick. Looks like that Twisted Fate's going to be out of harm's way.
Yeah. Excellent coordinated team play there by CTX in coordinating the attack on that, even though they knew the ward was there. Everybody saw where everybody was. Well timed, I thought.
Absolutely. That was actually a really good gank there. And I will admit, Joey did have a very good counter style. Unfortunately, it didn't pay off for them.
Didn't quite get there.
Looks like they're going to go for this turret regardless. They want to get that global goal for their team.
Global gold. I love the global gold.
Absolutely. Bottom turret's going down.
Herb Derpster taking big damage, but they do get it down. 1 tower advantage. About a 3k differential and a 2 kill differential 16 minutes in. CTX, after taking the tower down, immediately goes after the red buff.
Ward control, Dragon and red buff control absolutely must in 3v3. Warwick, however, taking the jungle as per usual. This is very smart play. Always want to keep that jungle emptied so that your enemy team can't take it from you.
And with less money on the map, as OKG Locke pointed out to me in the last game, that jungle money becomes more important. Rain's going back to the base now, probably picking up some new items. Anything odd in the builds that you're seeing at this time, Touch?
These are very standard builds, actually. I'm actually a little bit surprised that Twisted Fate is getting a Sheen so early.
Is it, what, should be getting something else?
I'd go for like a big blunt amount of ability power right off the bat. And actually we see right now Twisted Fate teleporting in to take that gray buff.
Sorry, we're getting questions now from the floor.
Vigar's got a very good farm on his Q. Basically the way it works, for anybody that doesn't know, Vigar's Q ability is called Baleful Strike, and every time he last hits a minion with it, he gets an extra ability power that he gets to keep for the rest of the game.
You know, that's similar to what a Bloodthirster does, except when a Bloodthirster you die on that last hit. Important to read all the skills. With 87 different champions in League of Legends right now, since 2009, hard to know what everything does. That's why we've got the touch here. He's got the touch on the game. He knows how it's played.
Looks like Joey was going to try to contest that buff there from Udyr. Fiddlesticks showed up and their ward was showing them. Dragon has just spawned.
Looks like we'll see that CTX Rain go after Dragon because Dragon control is
Herb
important.
Derpster just got stunned out, and he gets stunned again, but he flashes away. He's got an Ignite on him. Fiddlesticks comes in. That is a very well-timed storm right there. Fiddlesticks, perfect kill there on Twisted Fate. Looks like Warwick might get away here. If Fiddlesticks can throw out his balloon. No, there's a stun.
Nice save, otherwise they would have lost 2 in that round. Twisted Fate seems to be having trouble in this game. He seems to be the one that they are picking on, for lack of a better term.
I think this is actually also going to be a free dragon for CTX.
Well, you know, I like my dragons free.
Definitely
down.
Free dragon. We got Vigar on the other side of the wall.
He's not going to be able to get over there and do anything or steal it.
Looks like we've got a Quicksilver Sash on Trundle. Very good buy. Very good buy by CTX Herb Derpster.
What does that do for him?
Quicksilver Sash is an activatable item, and every time you activate it, it can pop you out of any CC, including suppresses and stuns. So that's
CC
probably
being
to
crowd
get it.
control for the
Absolutely.
uninitiated.
So basically, I think the reason he got it is because of Warwick's ultimate Infinite Duress, which suppresses one target.
And we have seen the effective use of the stuns and suppresses throughout this game already. Very smart buy. Do you think it was a planned buy, or do you think he bought it based on he saw how the other champions were being played?
I think he actually got the Quicksilver Sash immediately after he saw that Warwick was consistently suppressing him and Vigar was consistently stunning him.
Excellent strategic purchase in-game. One of the reasons that these guys are here, you want to learn how to play with them, or you think you're better than them, come down Thursday nights, League of Legends at OverKlocked Gaming, 116-18 119th Street in Edmonton. Got some action top lane.
We got Twisted Fate. Looks like he's going for a Phage. Looks like Twisted Fate is rushing the Trinity Force really early.
Trinity Force is going to hopefully, I'm suspecting that CTX does not want to get to the late game where they know Team Joey is very good and can come back. So maybe what they're trying to do is push this mid game so that they can finish it before we get to late.
It's very possible, especially if they were watching that last game between OKG and Joey.
Oh, unbelievable how Joey came back. It was a phenomenal game. If you missed it, the VODs will be up later. Hope that you will enjoy them all.
Looks like Vigar is coming around here, taking a bite at Fiddlesticks? No, not at all. Just farming up that Baleful Strike some more.
Yeah, do you really want to take a bite out of Fiddlesticks? I mean, really, he's all bone. No real reason.
More stick.
More stick than bone?
Looks like we got Twisted Fate in bottom lane with Vigar.
2v1 here. It'll be interesting to see what goes on.
CTX Rain going back. Looks like he's going to be able to finish up another item. Personally, I think he's going to be starting the Rabadon's Death Cap.
Iron just dropped off a ward up top.
Perfect ultimate by Twisted Fate. Twisted Fate coming in is going to yellow card that Udyr. I don't think it's going to matter. There's the suppress from Warwick. Trundle and Fiddlesticks so far away, but that Udyr is far too tanky for them to take down that quick.
I like my Udyr tanky.
I do too. Chasing down the Vigar. This is a brash play right here. Gets stunned by the Event Horizon. Red buff is up, and I think they're going to go secure it.
They've been controlling the dragon and red buff throughout the game so far, even 20 minutes in. Very important, I think, in 3v3, as we pointed out. 4K differential in cash, 3 in kills, 1 turret for CTX.
That was actually a fairly decent trade. Red buff went to CTX, while both the top buffs went to Joey.
I missed that. Thank you, Touch.
That was a very, very good play by them. They weren't actually warded at the red buff, so being apprehensive like that. Iron's going to go up and take a look at the buffs and realize they're gone. Sad Udyr.
I like my Udyr sad. I like a sad, tanky Udyr with a little bit of like white wine sauce or something.
I like special chimey music in behind Udyr. Makes him look more silly.
Herb Derpster doing what he does. He's back in the top lane, farming strong, where his strengths would be. Level differential's not a factor in this game at this point per se. Twisted Fate probably having a
Oh, ganking the Vygar. Flashes over the Pillar of Filth. That's a really good flash. He uses the Quicksilver Sash to get through that event horizon. As I said, they're going to chase him down. Will his
not
cooldown
gonna get
come
him, I
up?
don't think.
No, he's ghosting far too well. Warwick's coming out from behind right here. Looks like they're going to try to... They're going to go around for the Udyr, I think. Or they're going to go for the Trundle.
They're split. They should be focusing on one.
They're going for that Twisted Fate really hard. We got Fiddlesticks over here, but it doesn't look like anything's going to happen. Looks like... Oh, there goes the
Iron
Twisted
took
Fate.
something.
Herp Derpster.
Again.
Very close to dead Herp Derpster there. Looks like... Oh, that's a very
This
in
is
trouble
double.
Warwick.
2 down on 30-second cooldown.
Ooh, Vygar ult on the Udyr. Not too much damage there.
They need to take advantage of this somehow.
Yes, CTX is quite far ahead right now. It would probably be a really good idea for them to push a turret, but it looks like Herp Derpster is a little bit too low, as is Iron.
They need to try and take advantage while they've got the 2 other champions down. If they don't take advantage, it's almost a wasted kill. As we've seen, Team Joey is absolutely deadly at late game holding. And
here comes a Failstorm on Vygar! Oh, that was very well
aces them.
coordinated.
A short ace, but an ace nonetheless. The bonus is good. They're going to take this tower down, I think. Are they going to get it down in time?
Absolutely. Twisted Fate is not going to make it anywhere near in time, and Warwick just spawned.
Iron got the knockdown, not the minion. Very critical. Herp Derpster back in farm mode. This is good. CTX did not overextend this time, as they did the last time when they had them down by 2 members. They took their time. They regrouped. They took a slight advantage. And, you know, as OKG Professional says, when you get ahead a little more.
Looks like they're going to head back right now and take some of the jungle.
They're heading back to
There's
Dragon.
the Dragon respawn. CTX Rain, starting with the drains.
Using that life steal to keep up.
Absolutely no wards up here, so there's no way Joey's going to be able to stop this.
And they're not going to get there.
Joey is taking out some of the minions down in bottom here, while CTX heads back, while Iron takes these golems.
Interesting. Look at the differential in global cash at this point. I think we're beginning to see a little bit of a pull ahead.
This is I think this is a strong lead right now. That's almost, what is that, 4K gold? Or excuse me, 6K gold?
6K gold, yeah.
That's ridiculous.
6 kills as well.
But actually, if you notice, the farm is actually quite even.
Which is very difficult to do when you've had this many kills against you. So you can, one way, you would be able to say that Team Joey is doing an excellent job keeping as close as they are.
Absolutely, they're doing really well right now. I'm quite impressed. The Warwick is keeping on top of the jungle and warding, which is very strong. They seem to be sticking together a lot more right now, so they don't get singled out. However, that is also a downfall.
Take a look at the builds quickly. Anything that they should be looking to build? What do you think we can see coming out from the various teams? Something they're going to be going for?
I'm definitely seeing with the Twisted Fate, as I said at the start, he is rushing a Trinity Force, which is going to be very strong. It looks like Warwick is building rather tanky. I expect, however, to see some sort of shred HP damage from him, something like a Wit's End or a Malady.
Wit's End or Malady, okay.
And then we got Quicksilver Sashes on everybody on the CTX team, walking out for that Warwick ultimate and the Vygar stun.
Well, I mean, they saw what they could do to them. I think that's well advised strategically for them to do. Whether it pays off long term, we'll wait and see. But we have seen it pay off at least once on the attacking side. We need to see if it's going to pay off defensively for them.
Looks like they're just heading back for now. Playing very safe, very collected, which is a good idea. They may be ahead in most aspects at this point, but in no way are they better. These guys could ace CTX with their eyes closed if they do one thing wrong. And that's the greatest part about team fights in League of Legends, is it's hair trigger happenings.
Reaction times, excitement, the adrenaline, doing the right thing in the right split second, even though everything else is going off around you. Focus, attention to the game, not being distracted, trusting your teammates. One of the reasons League of Legends has sold 32 million copies worldwide. And let me point out once again, 200 billion minions killed today.
That would have been a very bad position for CTX had Joey ganked. However, Udyr got down in time before any sort of engagement was made. Looks like Warwick heading up around. Twisted Fate going back to purchase some more items, buying the other piece to his Zeal there while they put more pressure on this bottom lane.
It's interesting to me watching the game why people haven't banned Fiddlesticks. We've seen Fiddlesticks in various games with various people be absolutely devastating. I would have thought that he would have been on the ban list and they would have let somebody else through. Or are there just that many good champions in 3v3?
There's a lot of the champions that you would expect to see in a 5v5 game you won't see in 3v3, but a lot of them at the same time you'll see in 3v3. Basically somebody who's good at close quarters combat. Look at the size of the lanes in 3v3, for example. They're very small, and there's lots of walls around every sort of turn that you can see. There's a Twisted Fate all coming out, trying to see where CTX is right now. However, they see that they're all together, so Twisted Fate is not going to use his ultimate to teleport in for any sort of damage.
Pulls back out, goes behind the wall.
Trying to
Nice and
harass
safe.
with that wild card, but unfortunately CTX had already pulled out. CTX has wards all along the wall here, which is a really great move. Warwick was in the jungle there, just headed back, bought some more items. There's Ionian Boots of Lucidity on Warwick. That's actually an interesting choice in my opinion.
Why is that?
Most of the time with Warwick I go for something more like attack speed or defense, not cooldown reduction. Don't get me wrong, being able to spam Warwick's abilities is very strong, but being as this is the 3v3 map, the jungle does not have an Ancient Golem, therefore no mana regen buff. So if Warwick were to spam his abilities and waste all his mana...
He wouldn't be able to take advantage of the material that he bought.
Absolutely.
Interesting observation. Thank you, Touch. We're definitely into the, I would call, the mid phase of the game now. We're 28 minutes in. We're almost max levels on everybody. Games going on, sticking together. Solid play from both teams. It looks like CTX right now has a clear advantage, but we know from actual observation Team Joey can come back clearly. We've said it many times, and we'll see how it plays out. This is game 1 of the best of 3, the League of Legends, live at OverKlocked Gaming. Follow them on Facebook.com. OverKlocked.
Absolutely. Looks like a very safe play from both teams right now.
You know, I'm almost wondering if they're getting to the place where now where they're too cautious, where they're waiting for the other team to make a mistake to do something, or enough gold to get their whatever build item they need. Maybe that's in that transitional period where everybody wants to be careful.
Here comes the Trinity Force, absolutely.
Trinity Force.
Dragon, Twisted Fate goes back at a very inopportune time as CTX Iron goes in towards the Dragon with the rest of his team.
But they haven't been able, Team Joey throughout their play in this tournament, has not been able to control either Dragon or the red buff. Here we go.
Looks like CTX is just going to pull out and be safe again.
Team Joey was there, but they were just too late to do anything about it. They now realize it's gone. What are they going to do?
Throwing out the damage there.
They're not in their lanes. They're not leveling.
Here's the red buff up again.
They're going to pick it up. Excellent timing by CTX Iron. Map awareness, knowing what's where, when it's ready to go, taking it out before their opponent can get there. Now they're going to head top, it looks like.
Looks like we got a ward right here for Team Joey, which is actually a really good spot, especially if they're turtling. Because as you must have noticed in the OKG versus Joey game, there's going to be a lot of instances where your enemy team is kiting around the outside of your base.
All three CTX going back, buying stuff, heading out again.
Here's the Warmog's armor coming down. This is a very similar build on both Trundle and Udyr as we saw in the last CTX game.
They're all waiting around here. Looks like Udyr has been distracted by shopping and does not know what to get.
Maybe he's window shopping.
He could be window shopping.
No, he's got.
You know what? He's probably waiting to for some gold to buy something. There's the buy on some site wards. Now he's going out.
And of course, we'll see the Warmogs and Atma's Impaler combo on both of the tanky DPSers.
Positioning. Now this is interesting because this is the phase of the game where if one team doesn't finish off the other team, we go into a late game final. The game will last another 20 minutes or so of tight, intense play, trying to gank one another to get the ace to get an advantage. If that doesn't happen, this game will go on for quite some time now. Herp Derpster doing his thing.
CTX playing very defensive as per usual. Looks like they're just trying to get more and more ahead. Unfortunately, as the minions are very few right now, and the jungle's being cleared constantly by both CTX and Joey, it's going to be very hard for them to make any sort of use out of not pushing at this point.
Joey, it looks like they're defending on the bottom, not pushing out at all. Very, very wary here of what's going on.
Both turrets here seem to be very high and very good health right now.
2 turrets down. Here they go.
Looks like they're going in for a push on top.
Very carefully.
There's
Looks
a
like
ward.
Joey knows about it.
Twist of
three
Fate
of them there.
has pick a card up. He has a blue card, which means he's going to be restoring some mana with his next hit.
There he goes.
CTX
three
Iron
top.
taking the lead. Herb Derpster just barely in front of him. The two tanky people guarding that Fiddlesticks. Positioning, very key.
They're going to go after the top inner tower at this
Oh, Vygar throws down the Event Horizon prematurely. This could be very bad for Joey as they now know that they can go under the turret. And that's going to be a Quicksilver Sash coming down from Udyr. Oh, Udyr does not
Rax,
blow it.
legendary.
Look at this, 2 kills so quickly.
Will they get the... No, you can't let them get the ace. They'll take down both towers. CTI is Iron. All of CTX taking down that turret. You're going to be on the inhibitor right away. Doesn't matter what they do. It's got to go down.
Some
Critical play here. I hate it when I have a premature Event Horizon.
Oh, here's another Event Horizon Fiddlesticks. What are you doing? Oh my goodness, this is
They've
another
got
stun
him.
on
They're
Vygar
so
right here,
close,
and that's
they're gonna-
Soto's. That is an
Iron
ace.
takes-
That could be the end of the game right here.
Can they get the tower down before they... We got 15 seconds, 20 seconds. Can they get the... If they get the tower down, this will be game 1.
this
It
is-
looks that like... Turret is down.
This is going to be the end right here. CTX
won't-
Iron and that Tiger stance taking that down. Nom nom.
Game 1 coming to a close here. Interesting game 1 of the semi-final. League of Legends best of 3. Very well played by both teams. CTX with a slight advantage. We'll be taking a short break here. I am a Total Wombat. With me, helping me out is OKG Bad Touch. Providing technical assistance, the man who's keeping us on stream, on live all the time, Josh from Prodigy. We'll be back in 5 minutes at the semi-final League of Legends 3v3.